ready to dispense judgment.
This is Chief Quidley, recording with the intent of registering this most unusual sequence of events and securing their serial wave rights. Recently, we reckoned it'd be a hoot to hack a captured order terminal, use it to heckle them. Instead, we wound up chinwagging. And turns out we have much in common. They're bored, we're bored, and everyone got sick of trench living months ago. Next thing you know, we're getting together for brews and a wave of their knockoff sport, pitchball. And where there's booze and ball, there's betting. And while those order folk are scary data smart, they can't see the angles if they're big as a ship and bright as a hollow ad. They just see stats and percents. And don't get how spunk, moxie, and being due play into it. I thought hustling games of six caps was the easiest way to make bits. Not no more.
I'm glad you're back. Getting the first auto dock running again has been helpful, but we could really use the other two as well. Have you brought more compression coils? Remarkable. That is enough to get all of the auto docks back up and running. With them, we can save all the remaining wounded. Words can't begin to express my gratitude. I and all of Auntie's choice. Thank you.
I feel sufficiently warm and fuzzy now we've aided the wounded. Oh, wait. That was just a wolf spider nesting in my gauntlet.
Thanks to you, the wounded are stabilized, and we shouldn't be losing anyone else. So, what can I do for you? Well, it's not much.
Oh, thank Law. It's Barnabas, the Borst. Barnabas, I need you to go get help, buddy. I think I might be hallucinating. I just threw up all over my shoes, and the laces are melting. Why are the laces melting?
Is that wrist device something of the Dawn's making, Azra?
I built it with scavenged parts. Why do you ask?
We may often be at odds, but I feel finding common ground would benefit our working together.
We already have common ground, Tristan. We're both very good at violence. I see no need for anything more as long as you hold up your end of the fighting. Tristan, your attempts to understand me are doomed to failure. Don't you know I'm an inscrutable and unstable enigma? Ask anyone.
Nevertheless, we are a part of a crew, and therefore we need to rely on each other. Disdain me all you want, but I shan't stop trying.
All that matters is carrying our weight when the as we can before becoming corpses ourselves, of course.
There's more to crewmates than being reliable in a fight.
Well, that's all you and I are ever going to get.
If you honestly believe that, well, it saddens me.
I'm certain you will get over it.
Have a profitable day.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
An unscathed Auntie's Choice Fortress? Huh. Rather lacking in the aesthetic department, isn't it?
Ooh, begetting go-getter. I'm offering deals so good, they're worth crawling under the bullets and over the barbed wire it took to get here. Welcome to Bonnie's Barely Above Board Battlefield Bazaar, brought to you by Auntie's Choice. We know consumers are highly discerning in how they spend their bits in an active war zone, and I really appreciate you dodging literal bullets to bring me your business. And to show my gratitude, I'm offering you and only you a one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-lifetime, exclusively discounted rate of 4/5 of Auntie's standard profiteering rate. Only so long as you tell nobody of this amazing offer. If everybody got that deep a discount, I'd go out of business for sure. So what will you be buying today? Welcome back. What can I get you?
Hey, stranger! Please, you gotta help me. They're gonna railroad me into a guilty verdict. Then I'll be declogging sewer sediment tanks until I'm dead enough to mulch. Durbin! Oh, that's great! He's bound to see the truth of this and let me go. Abner's trying to pin this on me, and it ain't right. Hell no, I didn't do it. I actually like Chief Cuddy. He was pretty alright for a guy who's angling for executive. He'd get you extra shifts if you asked, and only ding your pay if you really screwed up. And sometimes, if you really had to go, he'd even cover your bog breaks, pro bono. I'd never have hurt the chief, even if you offered to pay me to do it. I don't think nobody killed Cuddy. I was there. That's why they think I did it. And he was fine. Well, he was fine up until he wasn't, and then he just swole up and died. But the way he swole up, it's something Cuddy always said might happen. Only it don't make no sense that it happened now. We were eating chow at our post. Cuddy asked me to try his because it tasted funny, but I tried it and it was fine, just like mine. Then he just swole up, turned blue, and died. I made a ruckus, which called everyone in, and all they saw was him dead and me fine. So Security Officer Abner charged me with murder and threw me in here. It was exactly what Cuddy said would happen if he ate crabble. He was deathly allergic to crabble. But we ate sisty stew, fresh from the can. And ain't no crabble in sisty stew. Yup. Cuddy had told everybody about his allergy, repeatedly. Over and over, constantly. Nobody would have served him crabble knowing that. But that's still gotta be how he died. So, I need you to talk to Security Officer Abner, remind him of the allergy, and let him toss all my gear. He won't find crabble anywhere. No, that was days ago, and they tossed out the rest of the stew. So I don't even know if the docs will still be able to tell it was allergies that did In-Cuddy. He will. He has to. It's the truth. I didn't murder nobody. Please, make him understand.
Climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly, through talent or gut.
Shake a tough day that you wanna forget. Wake the next morning, not a trace of regret. When you drink purple berry tequila. Take a ride on that purple worm when you drink purple berry.
Well, hello there, consumer. If you haven't yet, you should be sure to avail yourself of our retail opportunities downstairs. You here for the view? It used to be comms and observation for the Protectorate. They watched us get hammered by their huge guns and laughed as we scrambled to dig into that cruel, pitiless dirt. Those sovereign sanctions can reach all the way across Golden Ridge. They rain shells the size of crabbles on us day and night. They made the invasion stall about 5 kilometers away and would have ground us to dust if the cannons hadn't stopped and the Protectorate retreated. Like someone up here flipped a switch. One second our lives were pain and fear and death, and the next all was quiet. No more shelling, no more shooting. At first we thought it was a trap, that they'd start shelling again as soon as we popped our heads up. But there was nothing. We basically walked the rest of the way here. We didn't find out why until we got here and learned the Protectorate wasn't. The Protectorate hightailed it. They decided that if the Order was going to splinter off on its own, then it could fuel its own army and fight its own battles. Those Protectorate bootlicks took everything not nailed down, leaving the Order to try and figure out how to wage war with no gear and almost no know-how. It took them weeks to rally, and by then we owned most of Golden Ridge. If Andy'd only send a few thousand more troops, we'd shove them completely off this rock. Thanks. We know you had lots of choices when it came to conquering forces for your moon, and we're thrilled that you've decided to join with Andy's Choice. Have a lucrative day.
Oh, please. Even I know Auntie's Choice would never keep a live Mantisaur in their midst. Sure, approach and chose to stage this.
Honestly, Bradford, I've no notion of how to cool your conniption. Corporate says I'm in charge, so I'm in charge.
You're in charge? Like, you're in charge? Don't you mean the executive is in charge?
Of course that's what I meant. Whether I say me, he, or we, it's all the same.
It's all the same pile of gum.
That tone is not how you get approval for your little tests, designer. Next time, you might want to try and tame your woolly curds with a little mock apple.
Don't work too hard now. You'll make us look bad.
Thank you for your customer service, contractor.
Test it somewhere else.
Well, what have we here? You couldn't look less Auntie's choice if you tried. So what are you doing in our fort? Durbin sent you? Why? You certainly ain't a certified pre-inhumation inquisitor. Oh, lovely. And just what is it you think you can do for me? You ain't even carrying a masticating tissue scrutinator. You just gonna guess what manner of poison killed folk? What? How could that be? I made the stew myself, and every one of us ate it. What? That's ridiculous. It was nothing but canned cysty stew. Stew that I Oh. Oh, no. Oh, did you say Crabble? Well, he told everyone that. But that ain't exactly the same as it actually being true. See, Cuddy was what you'd call a complainer. He complained about the food. He complained about the weather. He complained about his bunk. He complained about everything. He's also somebody's nephew. Some junior executive. And if you gave him reason enough to complain about you, he'd take it up with his uncle, and it'd come back down in your head. Half his gripes were really nothing but reasons to grouse. But if you push back too hard, he'd run to his uncle. So most of us just ignored him, assuming he was constantly full of it, and didn't think twice about doing things like stretching the stew with canned Crabble stock. What? No, it was an accident. Nobody would have... At least nobody'd mean to. Law, his uncle is gonna see me transferred to mid-operation engine cleaning on the claim. Unless... Hey, how'd you like to make some bits? Some real bits? And keep a tragic accident that'll lead to the end of a promising career. Total secret. So we got this thing. An acidic dematerializer that we use to melt mantisaur dung, so it don't call in the local wildlife. But it'll actually work on anything organic. Anything. That means if someone used it to melt Cuddy, there would be no body, which would mean no autopsy, which would mean no evidence, which would end the investigation. I'd do it myself, but my boss said she's on her way for a surprise inspection, so I can't leave. But if you go find one and melt the body, I'll make it worth your while. Well, then she's cleared, of course. No more questions asked. She goes free, you get bits, I get on with my life. Deal? Thank law. You'll find Cuddy inside the tower, but you'll have to sneak your way past the guards. It simply wouldn't do for me to announce your intentions to the base. Then come back and tell me when I've got no more evidence to hold Bardot and can draw this whole thing to a close.
You ain't got clearance to come this way. One step more and you die.
I've been told Chief Cuddy's corpse has gone missing. Which is a surprise to both of us, I'm sure. Thank you for your help. You've saved 2 careers today and allowed us to put this whole miserable affair behind us. Of course. Debts left unpaid decays our character and all of anti-society. And this torrid affair has come close enough to doing both already. Regardless, it's nothing but ink in the ledger now. And speaking of ledgers, Bardot is free. And here's the balance for yours. Which means we're done.
did it! You actually did it! I can't believe you could get it done. Thank you, thank you, thank you! I'm so glad to be out of that damn cage. Someone else's crime. So you know what happened? That good-for-nothing rung leech! That dunderhead! I can't believe he'd... Oh, he's about to learn that poor Chief Cuddy's not the only one with executive contacts in the family. My cousin's a VP in R&D who used to head testing on Numa. Abner's going to spend the rest of his downright miserable life wishing he just confessed and took what's coming. That makes me extra thankful for what you did. If it'd been left in Abner's hands, he'd have made sure they'd thrown me in a hole so deep, even the Sprats wouldn't come visit.
Yes? Who are you? And why are you attempting to steal my utterly invaluable attention? Ah, wonderful! I was hoping someone would bring some sense into this madness. You should go talk to Trooper Wentworth. I'll let him speak for himself before I start speaking for him. Murder? Oh, right. One of the enlisted killed their superior, or something. She's in that cage over there, and Security Officer Abner is in charge of the investigation. Sure, fine. Were I you, I'd do my best not to get eaten as I was bumbling through areas I'm not meant to be in.
Yes, I hope you're not here to apply for employment. I'm already overwhelmed by the sheer volume of peons I'm forced to oversee. And if you're here as a spy, know that the temporary ceasefire is on tenuous footing. So if you stay, it's likely just a matter of time before I'll be stringing you up. Enemy Scrutinization Officer Durbin. What does he want with me? Power struggle. Here? Well, that's news to me. Nobody has dared to challenge Wojciech's steel-pincered leadership. Oh, but I'm being rude. Allow me to introduce Strategic Ingestment Executive Wojciech, senior-most representative at Fort Endurance. Now you're starting to sound like some of the wagabouts I've got under my command. Why would I be anything but serious? Executive Wojciech has been part of this unit since he was just a pupa. As he grew, he's shown exceptional bravery, stoic stalwartness, and strong leadership. It's earned him promotion after promotion, until our last battle against the Order deprived us of our former chief executive and left him as the senior-most trooper. Okay. The executive welcomes you, but would like to know why Scrutinization Officer Durbin sent you here. You may mock, but I am sincere. I can speak as easy to him as I can you on account of my graft. He emits pheromones that my antenna can detect. He wouldn't be much of a commander if he couldn't communicate with the troops.
You may have heard stranger stories, but never one quite so full of sprat dung.
Designer Bradford, you've been warned about disrespecting the chain of command.
And you've been reminded, repeatedly, that I'm not under your chain of command. I'm technically under the Mantisaur, but that's got nothing to do with you. I just wanted to make it clear to our newcomer that you are full of shit. You've always been full of shit, and you will always be full of shit. So you're best ignored entirely.
That is quite enough, designer. Of course not. I'm just a lowly trooper acting as interpreter. Otherwise, surely these folks would have figured it out by now.
We have all figured it out. Unfortunately, I'm the only one willing to say it to your face.
Yes, well, please excuse our curmudgeonly biologist. She's been a pill ever since the promotion that made Wojciech outrank her. Still, that ugly moment behind us, it's a comfort to my mind that you're here. Executive Wojciech has an assignment we're desperate to have done, but it can only go to someone outside our chain of command.
Ugh, not this crabble scat again. There is zero chance you're right. Zero. And this brilliant assignment of yours didn't go so well for the last group. Yes, I have been trying to get Durbin to relieve this duo of command for months. But the lives they've lost with this insanity finally got his attention.
Bradford, how dare you undermine me? I mean, us, like that. Wojciech can sense that there are some kind of mutated mantisaurs over yonder, and he wants us to secure one of their pupas to raise as his own.
Oh, stop it. The creature doesn't want a pupa. He doesn't want to breed a superior race of mantisaurs. He wants to eat meat, excrete the excess, and be left alone. That's it. Even if he could ask for a pupa from a rival nest, he'd probably just eat the law-be-damned thing to cut down on competition. He's a bug, nothing more. But the only way to prove it to our command is to have you run this fool's errand. Once it's shown to have been a colossal waste of resources, they'll put me in charge.
That is enough. One more word in question of our executive officer, and I'll have you pitched over the edge with the rest of the enemies we've conquered here.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. With it, Wojciech can raise a Zeranium-mutated Mantisaur army, which will be even more dangerous than the ones Auntie's Choice evolved from the Halcyon stock. We need you to infiltrate the mutated Mantisaur nest, secure a mutated pupa, and bring it to me here. Do that, and I, and Executive Wojciech, shall make sure you are well rewarded for your efforts. What? I can't even imagine the odds that you just happened upon a Zeranium-mutated pupa in your travels, but that's exactly what we need. Now, if you'll just hand it here, I'll...
No. You really don't want to do that.
Biologist Bradford, that is quite enough of...
Listen to me. The man is a charlatan, a fraud. And if you give him the specimen, it will be forever lost to his ignorance. And while it's not unique, it is difficult to acquire. The Mantisaur doesn't want it, nor could it ask him for it. Wentworth only knows it was there because I made the mistake of telling him it was almost a certainty. If you give it to him, it will be wasted. If you give it to me, the science I will perform will fuel biological weapon advancements currently only dreamed of.
Bradford, I am the commander of this base, and you will...
You are nothing but a bottom-ranked trooper who has lied his way to power. But your tongue betrays your grift.
That is enough. Me and the Mantisaur are one. Whether I speak or it speaks, it's all the same voice. And right now, we are both contemplating some frontline service for you. I will take the pupa now, if you please.
Oh, thank law. You've made the right choice. And the research I'm going to do with this little beauty will allow me to retire rich, respectable, and powerful.
Just a thought, but maybe take care when you're handling that.
Mantisaurs, eyes up, troop! A mess of the bastards are coming from the east.
Did they follow those folks back from that nest? Lethal measures at the ready, Commander.
Commander!
My injuries are not superficial.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Heard something. Closing in. All right, you bastards, come out!
Well, that certainly was a horrific bit of chaos. But you made the right decision by giving the pupa to me. The research value it will provide is enormous. Absolutely. And that research will bring me promotions, wealth, and status that is long overdue. My genius will ascend the corporate ladder, and they will be lucky to have me. Yes, you have your bits, and I will have a long, illustrious career spanning decades. Works out perfectly for both of us. And now, you should be off to your next adventure.
Nobody in their right mind is gonna believe I talk to these things now. You're damn lucky I've got to figure out how to explain this mess, or I'd feed you to the bugs myself.
Stop that scrounging around! Funny business. Takes all sorts.
While I appreciate your help in ensuring this mess wouldn't blow back on me, we now got nothing else to talk about. Time you moved on.
Nobody in their right mind is gonna believe I talk to these things now. You're damn lucky I've got to figure out how to explain this mess, or I'd feed you to the bugs myself.
Please tell me there's a damn good reason you're back. Well, I suppose it can't reflect badly on me to simply report the facts. And you have already made me look better in the eyes of the executives. All right, I'll send it. What else do you have for me? Wonderful. I do love a subordinate that can honor their obligations and make me look good. What else do you have for me? Wonderful. I do love a subordinate that can honor their obligations and make me look good. And if that concludes our business for the moment, I kindly ask you to vacate my outpost. I have much to do.
Thanks to you, the wounded are stabilized, and we shouldn't... Well...
Choice troops have been espied bivouacked in trenches crisscrossing the highlands. And although a ceasefire exists... Said forewarnings are predicted to have a 14.7% higher chance of survival.
The lower hall is for contemplative calculation. The upper hall is for somber internal speculation. For those lost in thought and are finishing an equation, I repeat, the lower hall is for contemplative calculation. The upper hall is for somber internal speculation.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was? The Protectorate have only been told a watered-down revision of Order 4.
Sub-Rose, what fine contraband might...
My noggin sure is sore.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. More what to watch out for, advisement on adhering to the plan, forecasts of probabilistic dangers, elements of larger predictions made relevant to groups and individuals. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense. Unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables, all of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. You follow? Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. I share the very same surprise. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the displaced as well. True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means. Well, I do believe you're needed elsewhere. Farewell.
Have you beheld that new rifle up at the monastery? The Oracle?
The one Wily designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm, never misses. Sounds ambitious, even for him.
I'd give my tenure for an hour alone with it and a mantisaur at 2 clicks. You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
Speak to Abbot Newell if you've more queries.
Administrator Agarwal tells me you played a pivotal role in persuading the refugees to abandon their petition to move into the exclusion zone. Well done. Anything I can do to assist you? Oh, of course. What would you like to discuss? But we are providing for them. As best we can, given our limited resources. Turning them away would be an act of far greater cruelty. Apart from providing them sustenance, shelter, and scientific ministry, you mean? Need I remind you, Arcadia is at war. This is what war looks like, I'm afraid. The Order is operating within a very reasonable framework to provide as much aid as it can. Alexandra Monastery is a place of sacred study, advancing our understanding of the plan. We cannot jeopardize that vital work all for the comfort of a few. I haven't the wish to debate you on this any further. Please, let us move on to less controversial topics. Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will. Rift worshippers spouting inane theories. They began showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction in the Protectorate always starts small, doesn't it? No updates on anything I can do to assist you? Yes, what have you discovered?
About me, was it?
I converse with many members of the Order on a number of subjects. No doubt I was extolling Seer Wiley's numerous virtues. We can discuss this more at a later time. Any other updates? Welcome back. Anything I can do to assist? Yes, what have you discovered? Oh, you've lessened the load on my mind considerably. And you have the Order's gratitude. Any other updates?
is the predetermined order to the entire universe. We can predict it down to a...
Don't tell me you're one of those drones from Auntie's Choice.
Easy, friend. We're all in this together.
You did...
Look, I'm not with Auntie. Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings. Talk about close quarters.
Just be grateful for
Do
what
you
have.
believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish. Invaders? Water defective?
In our exchanges, Asa, I have recognized that though you often jibe at me in our discussions, you pay honest thought to what transpires around you. You play the part of the bloodthirsty killer, but it is just that, a part.
It's you who's playing a part, though the concerned arbiter is definitely a novel one. I chose this life because it's who I am. Much more than the scared subject I once was.
My point is that I may have misunderstood you. May. Though there is time for me to change my mind.
You definitely misunderstood me. And I'm sure you'll change your mind as soon as you decide I'm too far gone to save.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zerania Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no external transmissions, no visitors. Wait, you have a writ? From the abbot? But we don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir.
This is Factor Méthodier. Am I to understand you have orders from the abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. You're not getting down below until you talk to me. So, the abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Oh, and I see you have a protectorate arbiter with you as well. Of course.
Your casual method of address has been noted. Consider yourself thankful that present company stays my wrath. Some.
Surely. Far be it from me to question the irreproachable prudence of an enigmatic caller. Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svoboda below. I'll send word you're en route, but fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. As soon as I've seen to securing the facility, I'll be along straight away. We have a working hypothesis about who is responsible. The initial evidence looks rather conclusive. And we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator down below, which would be a good thing if they had not, somehow seized control of the manufactory operations. Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room below. A move not likely to allay anyone's suspicions. Both of them? Well, one can hardly argue against thoroughness. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results.
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
It evidently originated here. Transport pod full of Zeranium. Blue outpost opportunity to naught but tinges and flinders.
So, has it been classified as an accident? Or an attack?
What I'd like to know is why our illustrious seer provided zero warning beforehand.
I'm not cleared to speak with random factors.
Apologies, this unit's conversation module is functioning intermittently. Conversation is not possible at this or any time. This unit is currently unavailable for meaningless interaction.
The Proctor's a low-functioning functionary at best. I mean, just look at this mess. That explosion.
Well, running a manufactory must require extraordinary, fastidiousness.
Little good that's doing us now. Little good that'll do us when Auntie arrives.
Something down there?
Consider finding a human companion if you seek conversation.
What are you doing up here? How did you get past the gate? Forgive me. All this business with the lockdown puts one on edge. Everything appeared routine at the time. We launch transport pods into space regularly. They get collected. The Zeranium we refine here is used for power. It wasn't until we heard the explosion that anyone knew anything out of the ordinary had happened. I ran a systems audit on the launch sequence afterwards. Just finished constructing a report on my findings, actually, if you'd like to hear it. A transport pod full of Zeranium was fired from here, at Outpost Opportunity. It subsequently exploded in spectacular fashion. A low-ranking scientician. been here for years. Presumably, she's below in operations. Regrettably, that is all I know. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Initiate Alva, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at once.
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
Emergency detoxification initiated. What's her name took over?
Not clear to speak with random factors.
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the Abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I can successfully report, we have identified the responsible party. I oversee this manufactory and all personnel, including those here under false pretenses. Apparently like this Initiate Alva. It's plainly obvious what her story is. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to pry free the outer doors. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop her before she does so. I fear violence may be our only recourse. Whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. This unit's current work task takes priority over conversation. Farewell.
Oh, Hello. Cogitate here often?
Aren't you the eccentric sort?
We're still in lockdown, so I take it you haven't shot. Failed to see the point.
Now, this is important. Would you describe the Varachnid's calycery as slavering when it attacked? How much viscous fluid would you estimate was involved?
I don't know anything about the fluid's volume. Thing attacked. I shot it. There's goo all over the spot it emerged. Measure that, maybe.
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Nice weather we have been having, or not having. Goodbye.
2 exemplars, dead as Pythagoras. No one's been inside operation since. Just a run-of-the-mill golden mean initiate.
Don't listen to yourself. You're just proving your own substantiation. Her actions prove otherwise, I'd contend.
Of course she's hiding something. You think those 2 exemplars just fell wrong? They're hardly prone to involuntary self-injury. Factor said head on in. Alva's been here for how many years? I never noticed her. Just blended in with glad those unskilled at math can fulfill some other function. I only question them being in roles of significant authority. Please, don't distract me from my more pressing distractions.
Investigator? Always account for standard deviation.
Apologies, but an automechanical's work is never concluded.
all your endeavors add to the equation.
May all your theories prove true.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results. All your endeavors add to the equation.
Investigate.
Oh, hello. A visitor. Who is it they're sending now? And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend? Could that be a Protectorate Arbiter? And someone else? Glorious dawn, I take it. Sensational look, dear. All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. This entire business is just a terrible misunderstanding. I expect few in the Order know of you, but, well, I've kept to a role here that is purposely not very taxing. Others prefer calculations in their spare time. I have my stories. Between launches, I enjoyed serials, two-bit dreadfuls, periodicals. I adore Zane and Buddy, even if they are considered contraband. And you decidedly share their upright bearing. For the longest time, I didn't realize your organization actually existed. But here you are, well-timed and, no doubt, eager to help. Oh, you sounded just like Buddy, striving his best to resemble Commander Zane. The similarity was uncanny. Yes, that was terrible. I feel awful. Though technically speaking, they did kill each other. I didn't mean that to happen. They came at me, weapons drawn. My own training just took over. You see, years ago, I attended an introductory course at the Physical Education Center. I earned top marks. I hate to speak poorly of management, but we work folk around the manufactory consider the proctor something of a petty bureaucrat, dear. I assume she's acting as any functionary would. assigning blame to appear in control. Well, you know the type, surely. Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could gain answers here. The firing record should contain all relevant details regarding the launch. Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you and open the path leading there. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, surely. I promise not to destroy this facility with all of us in it. Was that reassuring enough? Appreciate your help, dear. Please return when you have found something. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Circumstances proceed toward intended results.